Alright, so here today you might be wondering, how can I make my Jinwoo, how can I make my soul leveling Arise character, soul leveling characters do better and hit for more? Today, we got a full video giving you a bit of a guide, walking you through this, and giving you the best ways to team build the character, use the character, ways to increase the character, and again, things you may be doing wrong when using said character. Today, let's have some fun with it, a big guide to go through, and some things that I wanted to alert you about, because I have seen a lot of teams that are questionable at, minimum. Today, let's jump into it, let's have some fun. Here we go. First, let's begin very simply. This is what Jinwoo looks like over here when you have him, when you put what you want on him. Pretty much, the Jinwoo that we have over here is getting a 65,000 combat class. Over here with his attack and everything, these are the stats that we have. Pretty simple stuff, pretty simple things. When it comes to building this character, first things first, a lot of players may be returning to the game for the first time in a very long time. Since you've left the game, they've introduced a new system called True Awakening. True Awakening doesn't really do too much to the character, other than just making them have damage resistance on top of everything. That gives the character an extra 10% damage resistance, and also gives combat class. It is not a necessity to have, but if you're wondering why you're getting stomped and you can't do as much damage as that one's doing, remember, you're doing 10% less damage across the board because most people have this installed on their character. This is the biggest question that I keep getting, like saying, hey, Gogo, why the hell are their characters better than mine? Like, why is that? Simply put, this is the reasoning, right? This simply is the reasoning. That's just kind of what happened. Again, because of the characters, like the new system's design, it gives, again, that damage resistance. So please be aware of that. And that's, again, also why your combat class may not compete. They themselves, their team might have 4,000 additional combat class on you, even though you're a beluga. Why? It's because of the system here. So again, to those coming back to the game, that's that new system that's been added in. You might have also not known about Relic system, but it's a simple system. You obviously know by reading the collab info notes and everything. You put a Relic on, you simply do that, you're done. And that's pretty much all you gotta do. On top of that, correct? You can also enhance a Relic. There we go. I was trying to find the enhance button. This also gives stats on top of everything. This is an issue. A lot of players aren't realizing that this is an entire thing to the characters. They now have these new systems over here where I can do it through the bird, and then over here I can increase the stats accordingly and increase the ability for this character to do better. So please be aware of that. That's simply put where it's at, and that is the new two systems in the game here that increase the ability to do damage and have more HP and defense. Remember, I'm kicking up how much more HP, so a lot of players are wondering, like, why am I doing worse than them? These two systems do play a part. Even though you don't think so, they play a very big part there. Cosmetics wise, yes, there are free cosmetics and there's paid cosmetics in this game. You can now get one of them technically for gems, which is super good. I highly recommend during any collaboration you do get them. They help increase the combat class, the attack, and whatever stat that it provides, whether it be this one over here, for example, regeneration rate, lifesteal. Those are things that play a fact. The weapon, the outfit, they always play a fact. So if that's something that you want, that's again for you to take care of. The 6/6 ult, that's also a big thing there. That's on top of everything. Ults, they help. But again, are they needed? No. Yes, with this character especially, the ult really does help, but it's, again, something that you might be diffed on because they simply have a better ult. Obviously, maxing the character, pretty simple stuff there. But when it comes to building the character, you can build things right. Simply put, if you want your Jinwoo to do really good in PvE, I've seen a lot of people recommend saying, hey, let's do HP defense and rock that both PvE, PvE, PvP, PvE, because he hits damage cap regardless. In some content, because of the designation of the boss, attack crit has been working for me the best. And in my showcases that you'll see soon, he in attack showcase is just like god tier. I truly recommend, if anything, run attack crit Jinwoo. You will have more of a fun time and more of an enjoyable time. In PvP, yeah, HP defense makes sense because it's CC ability and everything there. That fully makes sense, but outside of it, it's this. This is the benefit. It's attack crit. It just, for Jinwoo, it does so much better than you can probably imagine, right? Not only does it stop again at just gear, his team building is insanely important to what the character has to offer. A lot of people aren't running the teams correctly, and that also plays a big factor on whether you're going to get cooked or actually cook. So first, let's begin over here. Jinwoo is a very good character at base. Running him with the soul leveling team is, again, a 10 out of 10 idea. If you're running Jinwoo with Baru, with Chomp, that's an entire team on its own. But one team that I've seen a lot of usability for, and a lot of just kind of, for me, the best luck that I've had with constant wins, it is Jinwoo, Brunhild, and whoever else you want to run. Bench unit wise, it looks like Yuri is unironically doing very good here. If you have Yuri built, or you have her in general, she is a very good character to kind of use as bench unit in this new sort of comp that we're running. Again, for Jinwoo and whatever she has to offer, she is very, very solid on her things. Human allies, 5% for each human ally participating in battle. If the hero uses a skill, or if a human ally takes damage from a skill during the enemy's turn, that enemy again has Rose Shinsu over there, 4 turns. This is this. All target skill disabled. Pretty simple stuff, but again, whatever she does offer, she is a pretty solid base. If you don't have Yuri, again, I think even a better base, if you were to say like on par, or better probably you would say, is Sigurd. If you have Green Sigurd, which on this account, we sadly don't have Green Sigurd fully built, but again, because we just recently got it, by the way, Sigurd is definitely a 10 out of 10 pick as well. That's your bench unit. Main unit, Jinwoo, obviously speaking. Now, you have Brunhild. LR Brunhild, 10 out of 10 character to pair with Jinwoo. There is, again, no doubt about that. Beyond that, what else can you pair? Another 10 out of 10 character is to pair LR, or not LR, sorry, regular base Escanor, but you need his relic. Escanor now picking up his relic is actually a so much better character. Yes, this character has seen an actual revive, and especially with human team and everything, he's doing far, far better than you could have imagined. So, Escanor, now Jinwoo, fill that third spot in with whatever you want. If you don't have, like, any of the bench units I've said, whether it be Sigurd, whether it be Yuri, you can also use Percy, that being between, I guess, both, his name is Percival, but that being between either one, right? What am I doing here? Do I not own Percy on these accounts? Wait, or on this account? Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. If you have Percy, be my guest. You can run any Percy there. Pretty much, I think the newer Percy would be the better bet, obviously speaking. So that's there on top of that. Again, if it's not between any of these characters that I'm listing here, you have Beru and you have Cha. Remember, Cha is still a 10 out of 10 pickup, okay? She still remains to be like the best kind of team for Jinwoo, right? That remains the massive case. Again, bench unit. You also have Nauseance. I forgot to mention that. I wrote that in my notes. Nauseance is there as well. Nauseance is a great bench unit. Yuri, Sigurd, Percy, Jenna. You can also go Jenna. I also wrote that down. Jenna's also there. If you have Jenna, be my guest. You can run that as well. For now, though, if you're looking for like the better comms, I truly think that, again, you want a team of Jinwoo more so with human team, more so with soul leveling team. I've seen a lot of people running like cheese comp. The amount of cheese comp that I've seen lately is insane. It's basically running Ellie, like you know which Ellie, Eru, and then Jinwoo. A super annoying comp. Screw all of y'all that made that comp up. But again, if you are trying to go for team building, if you are swapping into like Beru and such, maybe Nanashi would help you as the bench. Sigurd would help you as the bench. Fully up to you on how you want to approach that one. But again, when it comes to team building, there's a lot to go for here. If you're running base Beru, that's entirely different. Beru works with unknown team and again with Jinwoo being on the roster there. For humans though, on top of that, Gamer Shin, he's also still a great pickup to use. I have seen a lot of Yun teams. Yun also paired up with Jinwoo because of her basic like reflect attack. It is still very solid to use and still something you may want to go for. Again, you also have Mazuno. Mazuno is still there. If you're running like more PvE oriented teams, right? Obviously speaking, it will be Jinwoo. I truly think it would be Beru and then it would be Cha. They together on like a 3-stack work on so much different comp. If it's not them and you want to go for like more of a farming content, it's Beru, it's the new green Escanor, and then it's Roxy because of damage cap, right? That's for like farming content because again, they do so much damage. AoE, death damage, so much so that it's an insane sort of clear and very, very good for that. LR Bond does work too much more of a little bit more of a selfish unit, so it may not be like the big benefit that you would want to go for, but there is again a lot of characters to team Jinwoo with. So Jinwoo, Cha. Now, who's your third? Jinwoo, Brunhild, Cha. Jinwoo, Brunhild, who else? Escanor. Jinwoo, Brunhild, Yun. There's again a lot to go for with this character, and sort of you have a very wide range of characters to build. If it's Beru unknown team, Beru Hell, Beru Jinwoo, Beru, so on and so forth, right? That's kind of where you're at. Again, if you want to run them correctly, make sure those are the teams to kind of go for. Cheese comp, if you want to do that, be my guest. But there's a lot of variations to the bench unit. You're not stuck on one. It's not just Yuri, it's Nauseance. It's not just Nauseance, it's Sigurd. It's not just Sigurd, it's still whatever it is, Shin. It's not just Shin. You can also go like, you could go bench Yun and then throw her onto the field afterwards. And then if they have anything stacked up, she just obliterates them. That's also there. There is, again, a lot when it comes to the team comp there. So plan accordingly, build accordingly. Truly speaking, Jinwoo is a very strong character. And again, if you want to make him stronger, those are the ways to kind of do so. And sort of make him run at a better interval. So, quick video. Just want to talk about this and hopefully help you make him stronger. And hopefully I did. Take care. Have fun.